Hello everybody, thank you for returning to Lily's World. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season and a wonderful new year. In today's video we are going to compare the 3 trains that we went on, the North Pole, the Nightcap with St. Nick, and the Holiday Lights. We're going to compare them on prices, on lengths. They were all about the same length, but the entertainment and the value, and which one from my experience was better and which one not necessarily. I had an amazing experience on all 3 of them. There was one of them that I had a less of a good experience on. Let's get started. Our first one is the first train that I went on, which was the North Pole Limited, and that was the train that was more geared towards kids and families, but I was not notified on that when I went. So let's take a quick recap and get going.
My home, the North Pole, and I hope you've had a wonderful trip. And to the children, I would love to say, on Christmas Eve, I'm going to be making my rounds through the Chattanooga area and all the surrounding area. I'm going to leave you something very special under the tree that you can open on Christmas morning. I need you to go to sleep when your parents tell you to go to sleep, because if you're staying up, then me and you will start talking and I'll never get my work done.
So this is the ticket that I received when I went on that train, and it was a little bit awkward because I was not actually notified that it was a geared train and I went by myself. And what made it awkward is everybody else had their kids and families there, and I was the only adult that I didn't even have another adult with me, so everybody looked at me kind of weird. But when you go there, you get this ornament, and this says North Pole Limited, and you get a little jingle bell after you meet Santa. But when you are on your way there, the elf is telling you the Christmas story of the first Christmas train, and Miss Peppermint gives the hot chocolate and cookies if you're gluten-free like I am. Those things are not gluten-free, but you're still going to receive them, so either keep them and give them to somebody else or give it to a kid that's on the train. But the quality of the hot chocolate, it's really like this big jug with the chocolate powder, the hot chocolate powder, and then they put a bunch of hot water over it, and they mix it and they pour it into little cups. And you get, if you like Starbucks, it's about a tall, so about yay, and about like 3/4 of it is filled with it, and it's not so hot because it's geared towards kids, so they want them to be able to drink it. But on the way there, you are playing with the elf that's on your train. He's telling you stories, he's telling you a few jokes, and then you are getting to the destination where you meet Santa, and you don't actually get off the train in this specific train. And then when Santa leaves, you get a bell that fell off one of the reindeer. On the way back, it's like a children's choir. The holiday songs all around. You're gonna hear jingle bells, we wish you a Merry Christmas, and everything they want to sing as many times as they want to sing on the way back. So overall, with that specific train, I absolutely loved it, and I think that the kids would love it. This is the second one. It's the Nightcap with St. Nick. It's the adult cart with the alcohol and the naughty Santa. And they do check your IDs before they load you onto the cart, because they do serve alcohol. And there's 3 different levels that you can sit on, and that also varies the prices. There we sat on a part that I think it was called the observatory, and everything was windows above and there and below. And then when we came back, we sat downstairs so we can get that experience too. And that was more like a lounge. But let's take a quick recap of that.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, everybody!
Christmas.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. We're gonna do some fun pictures here in just a second.
Okay.
No, I'm not stripping. It's not that kind of fun. Say stripping. She looks right back over here. Oh, you are so on the naughty list.
That's what I've been told.
My goodness. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and share this with you right now. There's one on every train. A gift from Santa. A little early Christmas.
Cole.
So as I said, this is the adult only train. It's because they do serve alcohol. You can have 2 different alcoholic drinks, either both one way or one way and one back. They are limited on the alcohol that they have, so there's only 3 drinks that they actually make, but they do have an alcoholic drink as well. And you do in this specific one get a snack box. I just thought I would show you together what's in here, because it wasn't so clear in the video. So this is what it looks like when you open it. And there's a bag of peanuts and a cookie. That was the cookie that the Santa liked. The triple chocolate and Oreo swirl. Some pretzels. I'm not really sure what this is, but I guess we'll find out. A mint. A little premium chocolate fudge. A couple more. And a couple of chocolate coins to help celebrate Hanukkah, I guess. But they truly cater to the adults with that one. Even the Santa caters to the adults with that one and makes it so much fun. So that was also a lot of fun, and I'm very grateful to be able to do that with my dad, and I will definitely do that one again. And the third train that I went on was the Holiday Light Train, and this one I'm very grateful to have several of my family members and a couple of our friends to go on. And that one we were a little bit disappointed with. We still had a great experience, but during the depot where the Grand Junction, when you go onto the train, that is full of lights, full of figure. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You want to put your camera on as soon as you get there. Part where you get to the other destination is also made up and lit up, and everything is gorgeous there. But on the way, there is absolutely nothing except pitch black, so it's a little bit disappointing with that. Now with that specific train, with the Holiday Light Train, if you want to go on one of the other trains, but you also want to see the lights, I would suggest that you book a later time for the other trains. Because all of these trains are starting at the same depot, the Grand Junction depot, and they're all going to the same place. The only difference is the only one train that you will get off at the other destination is the Holiday Light Train. And the rest of them you won't, because the Santas come on board. However, if you want to minimize your time, or you only have a time for a train and you want to get the full experience, if you have a family, I would recommend the North Pole one with the bells and the elves. And if you're just adults, you can either go on that or you can go on the Saint Nick. You're going to go to the same destination, but if you want to see the lights and you can only do one train and you want to get the full experience, I would pick one of the other two, because you can still see the lights later in the day when they're open. When I went on the North Pole one, it was around 12 o'clock. And when my dad and I went on the nightcap one, it was 2:30. So there was still bright light outside. The lights were not on. But if you go between 5 and 8, when the trains leave there, the lights would be on because it's dark outside. So you'll be able to see all the holiday lights as well as the Santas and get the full experience with all of that. And this bell I forgot to mention. We also got a bell on the St. Nick train, the adult train. And these are the two bells. And I don't know how well you can tell on the video, but the St. Nick bell is bigger than the North Pole bell, as well as this one's just a regular bell. And the St. Nick bell actually says nightcap with St. Nick. So that's kind of neat. But let's talk about pricing real quick. So pricing wise, when you go in the North Pole, the tickets start from $30 up. And that depends on which cart you want. I was on a regular cart with the North Pole, but there is a Supreme cart. The nightcap, the adult train, that I've already said when we talked about this a few minutes ago. There's 3 different sections to sit on here. And those depends on what you want. So those tickets start from $65 and above, and that's because of the alcohol. I did look into where we were able to sit when we went there with the windows, and if you buy that, you are buying 2 seats for you and somebody else, because they don't sell them in one seat, they sell them in pairs, and it's $140 for 2 seats, so about $70 per person. And the holiday light train was only $23 a person. So as far as when this launch, they start at the beginning of December, and the North Pole as well as the St. Nick go until Christmas, but the holiday light train actually goes past the New Year, a couple of days past the New Year. So the trains are not pet friendly, so please keep your pets at home. If you do have a service animal, however, there is an exception for that. Also, if you want to bring your own foods and drinks on these trains, you are allowed to do that. They just ask for no glass containers, as well as most of these trains don't necessarily have a bathroom for you to use. Overall, I would definitely recommend that you all take at least a train or two. It's at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. And we also had, well, my dad and I, the day that we went to the St. Nick train, we also had their Christmas tea special up in their home front room. And we cannot say enough about it. It was fantastic. If you haven't seen the video for that yet, I will link all the descriptions for all these videos in the description box below, because each one of these trains has a video, as well as the Christmas tea. And if you can do the Christmas tea, that is at 11 o'clock in the morning in their brunch room. And then we had the train afterwards. But if you want a later train, I would not recommend that, because then you'll be going back and forth. And depending on where you live and where you're coming from, that might be a little bit of a hassle. But if you do get the chance, they are amazing. 2 thumbs up. So with that, I hope that I answered everybody's questions. Let me know if there's any other questions. I will be more than happy to answer them. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.